Welcome back, you beautiful bastards, to another episode of How to Be Happy. Thank you for tuning in again. This is episode 8, and we'll be talking about chasing our dreams. So, I want to start off with a little anecdote, and I always say this corny little line, but I always say that I've been alive for 26 years, but I haven't truly been living until the last 3. Long story short, 3 years ago, I got my heart absolutely shattered into a million pieces. I got my heart broken by my ex, and we were in a really toxic relationship. It's not her fault, it's not my fault. It was just what was meant to be. And so I like to allude to the idea that sometimes if you feel like you've been buried, many times it's because you've been planted. And so I was a seed. I was a seed in the soil. I was really realizing that I was becoming a germination. I was starting to sprout and I was starting to grow. And so sometimes life puts you down into the dirt so that you can grow into an oak tree, yeah? So long story short, I packed up all my bags after being heartbroken. I moved to Perth on the other side of the continent from Sydney. So if you're not familiar of Australia, I was living on one side and I flew all the way to the other side of the border in Perth. So it was like a 5-6 hour flight, pretty much the furthest I've ever lived away from Sydney. And it wasn't until then that I started to really discover myself, because for one, I was plunged into a whole new world. Like, I have never been into Perth before. I have family there, but I was out of my comfort zone. I was doing things I've never done for the first time, and I was doing things I've always wanted to do for the first time too. So I got into like mountain bike riding, thanks to Patrick, my great mate from there. Mountain bike riding, I started learning how to make coffee. I got into a sales job. I got into yoga. I made meditation a great habit. I also got into, what did I do? I got into surfing. What else? I got into just exploring places on my own by myself for the first time. Just so many things that I've never done before. Skateboarding and so many other things. Like, I could go on and on. But long story short, I've said that 3 times already, but long story short, I was just living my life to the fullest. I was pursuing my dream. I was doing everything I've always wanted to do before. And it was at that time in Perth that I was really just in complete bliss. I was just like, wow, I didn't understand how amazing life could be until now. I was like, how's this even possible? The grass was greener, the sky was bluer, the birds were chirping, and they weren't annoying when they were chirping. Usually when I hear birds chirping, it's like really early in the morning, like, fucking shut the fuck up, I'm trying to sleep, man. But now I'm like, oh my god, these guys, they're so beautiful. The voices are so lullaby-ish. And I was just like loving life. I was just so complete, utter bliss. I was just, wow, I can't believe life is actually so amazing. And so I feel up from that moment till now, I've just been in the same mindset of like, wow, like, it's a blessing to be alive. It's a blessing to be a human being. It's a blessing to be living in a first world country. And so I really hope that you can be on the same path. Everyone's on a different path, but I feel like there's that one path for everyone, that if you live that one path, life is just so amazing and just so inspirational. And so if you live that one life, you inspire everyone around you. And you inspire yourself, and you get to pat yourself on the back because your self-esteem rises, your self-confidence rises, and you just feel so amazing, and your health increases. I'm not saying that you're gonna be completely devoid of any tragedies or any health defects or whatever tragedies. I'm not saying that. There's gonna be ups and downs like life. Without the bad, you can't appreciate the good. But I'm saying you're gonna be living life on this elevated level. You're never gonna go back to that level of like just being a conforming shape. I feel like the first 23 years of my life, I was always a sheep. I was just following the crowd, just doing the same thing that everyone else is doing. Just because everyone else is doing it, I didn't want to do it. I hated drinking alcohol, but I fucking did it every single week. I fucking hated that shit. But I was a sheep. And now, like, I know, thinking now, looking back, there's nothing wrong with being a sheep, but that's the part of every single person's journey. That was part of my journey. I had to be a sheep to be a lion that I am now. And so, I'm not saying that any path is wrong, but once you step into the path of following your dreams and following your passions and doing things that you've always wanted to do, knowing that deep down inside your heart that that's what you need to do, life is just so much more amazing. You just feel this energy in your body, in your being, and you're just like being pulled towards that trajectory. You're not pushing yourself, you're being pulled. And so that's what I feel like is a defining moment in your life. Once you're not pushing yourself to do something, you're being pulled, and like you don't even have to force yourself out of bed. It's because you're being pushed out of your bed. Like you're being pulled out of your bed from this energy. Something is wanting you to get out of bed because you know you have a purpose in your life. That's the moment in your life when you're like, damn, life is fucking amazing. It's bloody brilliant. And that's how I've been feeling for the last 3 years. And like everyone's been telling me, oh, whoa, how come you feel like you seem like you're so positive and stuff? It's because I'm living in my fucking life. I'm doing what I want to do. And so this thing, like everyone asks, how do you do this? And obviously there's so many benefits. I could go on and on about why you should pursue your dreams, but everyone knows deep down in your side, deep down in your soul, you know that your life will be so much better if you pursue your dreams. But on the other side of on the way to your dreams is this big thing blocking you. It's called fear. And so a lot of us are more scared of success than we are scared of being stagnant, which is really crazy. Hey, it's really crazy to think that we are scared of success, but there's a lot of things that we can be afraid of. Imagine being famous. There's a lot of things that come into it. There's way more problems than being I would say obscure, because people don't know about you, so the spotlight's not always on you, so you don't have that much responsibility. And so I think that's the biggest reason why people are scared of success, is because the responsibility that we have, knowing that we have to hold ourselves to a higher standard, and that scares the shit out of a lot of us. I know it scared the shit out of a lot of me. That's why I didn't start this YouTube channel on this series of how to be happy until 8 weeks ago. I knew that I needed to do it more than a year ago, but I was so scared. I was scared of taking that responsibility. But it's not until I started doing it that I realized, like, wow, why didn't I start earlier? I feel so much better now that I'm doing it every single week. And so I know that divine timing is a true thing. So really don't really push yourself. If it's meant to be, it will be. And it will happen at the exact right time. So how can you pursue your dreams? So in order to pursue your dreams, you got to know what your dreams are. So I suggest meditating on it, like just sitting down with your thoughts. Ask yourself, what is it I want in life? What is it that will truly fulfill me? What is it that I can do every single day to make my life better? That's number one. Number two is live in a new place, like change your environment. It's true that if you change your environment, you change your inner world. And if you change your inner world, you change your environment. So that's why when I moved from Sydney to Perth, I completely changed my environment. Even though I was still in Australia, I was completely surrounded with completely different people. And so my life started to change dramatically because my habits started to change, my outlook on life, literally my environment, what I saw was different. So what was inside of me changed as well. So that was a huge one for me. Number three would be meet new people, do the things you've always wanted to do. And so that's what made me find my dream quickly as well. So I started surrounding myself with new people and just doing new things, getting into dance, whatever you want to do. And so I think those are the three main things that you can do. But the best way to really make it a catalyst to find your dreams is to put all those together. So I would say ask yourself the right questions. What do you want out of your life? And be really clear. If you want money, how much money? Don't just say, oh, I want more money. The world could give you an extra dollar and you would have gained that extra money. Like, you would have got your dreams. But you got to be exactly clear with what you want. So if you want more money, do you want $50 million? Do you want $1 million? Do you want $10? Like, how much do you want? Be clear with exactly what you want. If you want a new partner, what qualities do you want in that partner? Do you want her or him to be funny? Do you want her or him to be charismatic? Do you want her or him to be honest? You got to be sure with exactly what you want. And so, what else? And okay, so that's how you find what you want with your dreams, but how to chase your dreams. And I wish I had some more practical advice, but honestly, all you got to do is do what you have to do every single day to chase that passion. And I know you know exactly what you need to do to get to that, to get to where you want to be. Everyone knows, okay? So, for example, if you want to be the strongest man in the world, what do you have to do? Everyone knows. You probably got to exercise, you got to eat healthy, you got to sleep more to get proper sleep, actually. You got to get more wisdom, you got to learn more to train your body. Well, if you want to be the best guitarist in the world, what do you have to do? You probably have to practice guitar every single fucking day. Everyone knows what you need to do to pursue your dreams. We just don't fucking do it. And so, well, if you want to marry a Game Boy, you probably got to buy a Game Boy. Hey, I'm not here to judge, okay? Everyone has different dreams, so you got to do what you need to do. And so I know that if I want to be well known in the whole YouTube community, all I gotta do is post videos every fucking week. If I don't post videos, nobody will fucking know about me. It's easy as fucking pie. It's simple. Sorry, I take that back. It's simple, but it's not easy. You know what you need to do, but it's so hard to build that momentum to do that fucking work. But I guarantee you, if you start taking action, you start doing what you need to do to get where you want to be, you're gonna feel so fucking amazing. You're gonna feel so fucking uplifted, and you're gonna feel so bloody amazing. So I'm gonna leave you with this quote that a wise man once said. I'll say it again. Everybody dies, but not everybody lives. Quote Drake on that. Thank you for listening, guys.